Here we've got a kit eye view. Look at that handsome boy. So we're out here doing laundry today. We're in Rob's truck. Donna's sitting in the front. Kit's sitting in the front right now. And I'm here in the back.
Hello, Kit. We're done. Hello, Kit. Hi, Kit. Hi, Kit.
He is a good boy.
Thank you. Oh, good. Did you miss me? Did you miss me where I was gone for 10 seconds?
He misses everybody, but especially you. All right, so we're trying out the active track now.
Close the door, because if I leave it open, you'd probably jump out and follow.
Yes, he would.
$3.87 a gallon.
Wow.
But that's for 91 octane.
Wow.
It's not bad.
Why do you use 91?
Just every once in a while, I get better gas
Oh,
mileage when I do.
periodically, yeah.
Yeah, periodically I do. But usually I just do the
Wow, what a scene. The mountains, beautiful. There's quite a bit of snow on this side of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to see what Donna's talking about on the little screen. But
Well,
there.
I'm recording, so we're getting the inside view with Kit and Rob's arm and Donna's arm.
So here's the Family Dollar. That's your mark for start looking for the laundromat on your right as soon as you pass Family Dollar. And you put your blinker on. And there it is. It's a little red shack on the right. That is actually the color that blends in with the landscape almost. And look straight ahead. There's the sign. It's behind the fence there.
And you
there's
can
no way
hardly see it anyway.
You can't stand in front of it. You can hardly see it.
Yeah.
But it's a nice little place.
Pandos.
Hideout.
Maybe they're guests, would be my guess.
Well, I saw one thing going down towards Mora, a place that looked like it was probably a nice place, but they had a pretty rickety cabin, and it had a sign on it that said guest house.
Oh, wow.
I thought that was cute.
Looks like it's freshly paved.
Yeah, pretty smooth.
And this is something that we're seeing over and over again in New Mexico. Well, I'm thinking freshly paved because of the markers in the middle. It's not striped yet.
And it's dark and it's
Yeah.
smooth.
But we're seeing a lot that New Mexico roads are actually in really good condition, which honestly I find kind of surprising for its placement in, you know, like the wealthiest states in the country,
Right.
which it certainly isn't. But they do a great job on their roads.
And remember, if you're visiting New Mexico, don't get frustrated by construction where you have to wait 20, 30 minutes on these mountain roads. You have access because of that.
Yeah.
So I have lots of patience for New Mexico road construction. It's not just the main highways that take care of these mountain roads. We depend on to get these main roads. my understanding, if you want to buy a piece of land where you can live in your RV, New Mexico has a lot of thrifty, frugal opportunities for you.
Yeah, I understand that there are still some issues with potential zoning regulations, so, you know, don't just assume whatever piece of land you're looking at, you can do whatever you want to on it.
Well, that's not just true in New Mexico.
No.
It's true,
True
everywhere in the country. But
I think New Mexico
has,
is friendlier about it, though.
It is. That's not the point. It is. And you see people living in RVs everywhere when you travel in rural New Mexico.
I think one of the biggest issues is water. You always want to check and see what the water rights are, what it's going to take to have water on your property.
It's like nomadic fanatic. He pays for water. You know,
Yeah.
He's got huge tanks because he doesn't want to do the water rights and well thing.
So it's all trucked in, correct?
I don't. Is it doesn't want to or isn't able to?
I think he could do it well.
I thought they couldn't.
Why couldn't they?
Because there's some of the water rights. Like, I was looking at property in Kingman a number of years ago, and at the property that I was looking at, you were not allowed to dig a well. You had to truck in water. And I thought I had heard Kimber Van Kevin say that he couldn't dig a well.
You mean without buying water rights?
Yeah, which generally aren't for sale.
Right. And that's the same in Nevada. You have to have own water rights. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Big church here. You know, abandoned, collapsed building. So here's a sharp turn we need to make.
18-foot RV limit.
To Morphy
Here we go
Lake.
to Dirt Road.
Oh. And up. Children are playing at 15 miles an hour?
I'm thinking that last year maybe I didn't see that sign or that sign wasn't there because this is where I got confused.
Oh, the Morphy Lake sign?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can understand
And
why.
You gotta be cautious here because if a big RV is coming down here, we got a problem. Somebody's gotta back up.
Yep, this is a very narrow road.
Yeah, and if a big RV is coming down here, they definitely had a problem. It's like they got up there and said, oops, that was an error in judgment.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, look at the valley.
But a big RV could come up for day use of the lake, for sure. So it's even tight with, like, here's a little car coming and we're gonna have to be careful. There. See how close that was. Oh, how ugly is that scene?
Yeah.
I should turn the camera on. It's just boring. You can see the clouds rolling in. What did you call it, Donna? The
Gully washer.
Gully washer?
Yeah.
That looks maybe on top of that mountain. That looks like a gully washer. I think we may have just enough time to get up here, see the lake, and get out.
Probably so. I think whenever I saw it last night, it said probably precip possible starting at about 2 p.m.
Okay, so we got some time here. Good timing. That's the case. We got 2.5 miles to go now.
What they call it around here, I believe, is monsoon season, but I don't think they have the rain here as much here as in some places.
So anybody know what technically a monsoon is?
I do not know the technical definition.
Sadly.
I don't know the exact technical definition, but I believe that it's a series of rainstorms over a relatively specific period of time, which will vary from year to year, but usually 2 weeks to a month, and it rains at some level almost every day.
Okay.
Where typically it does not rain during other parts of the season.
All right, viewers, fact check this out.
Fact check me.
Fact check her.
I'll probably fact check myself and then tell you to overlay something on the screen.
And what I'll overlay is Sally was wrong in all caps.
I'm sure you will.
In bright orange.
You can do that whether she was wrong or not.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, you're a video dude. You can do whatever you want with it.
Now this road is a
Little
bit-
sketchy. Little sketchy.
Yeah. In an RV, it would be very sketchy. That's beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Man, that fire here, what was it called?
Big.
Was it, yeah, was it Herman's Peak Fire or was it something else? But
I don't know,
anyway,
but it wiped out this area.
yeah, it wiped out a really large area. We've seen a lot of burn scar area.
And what was that?
I believe it was 2 years ago.
They almost ran over one of those prairie dogs. Ran under the car.
Oh, but I didn't hear him, so that's good.
Well, and I didn't feel it. The thump thump.
He was a smart prairie dog.
They must be like squirrels. Squirrels are really good at not getting run over by cars when they run underneath of them.
So, give you an idea how slow going this is. We still got the
Yeah, but you're rollicking along at what, 25 miles an hour? 20?
22.
Whereas in an RV, you'd probably be going along at about 10 miles.
10 or 15, yeah. 15 in the straightaways. Oh, mostly 10.
Yeah, this is quite the burn here, wasn't it? I don't know if you can see on the screen. It was pretty far off into the distance on the other side of the road. And it must have been horrifying if you were happened to be stuck on this road when it jumped the road.
Well, and like, look at this house over here on the right, which is basically in the middle of it.
Yeah, that's something I've noticed at a lot of houses that were saved from this fire.
Yeah.
So that's amazing that they were able to save so many houses.
Well, and that's been my experience living in California with all the wildfires there, is that the emphasis is on saving houses that have made an effort to make themselves savable, as in, you know, they've cleared around their properties so that there is a reasonable chance of saving them.
Fire mitigation.
Yep.
So we are now just under a mile from Morphy Lake State Park. Here's a little sign you don't want to miss. Right here, it says it's Morphy Lake, and a very small sign there.
Oh, wow. That would be easy to miss.
And it would, if you didn't pay attention, this would look like maybe a private drive or something.
Uh-huh.
Now, coming up is going to be one of your switchbacks, Donna.
All right.
We got to get to the other side of this hill and cross.
Look at those cabs.
We have a good view on your right here. Ah, maybe not. Too many trees. Too many trees. Maybe at the top of this one.
It's a climb.
Yeah, here's all the elevation gain. Hang on, kid. Doing good, little boy. Good motorcycle road. Well, you have to dodge them.
Okay. That's a mile away. We're about to get a view of Morphy Lake.
Police station ahead, but we don't have to pay this. Oh, look at this. Oh my god.
Oh my.
Gorgeous.
Thinning project in progress. Be cautious.
That is a pretty mountain lake. I love
Wow. And a surprising number of people have made the trip up the mountain.
Electric motors only. Get a little here on the lake. And then we'll check out the campground.
I checked where it, and underneath it says Usella.
Day use parking.
This first section here.
Yep. Day use parking. And then we start to wind up into the campground.
Oh, this is great camping.
A lot of tent camping, right?
Yeah.
They're small.
Yeah.
But like that site, I could get my trailer into. I'd have to park in the truck in days. But I don't know how I would turn it around. And see, most of the problem here is navigating through. Not the size of the sites, just navigating through.
Yeah. Yeah, we could, any of us could get up in this one and back up into it, but what about this? I mean, we'd have to forward in and then back out. Wouldn't work
And when
so
you get
well
here,
for you.
you don't know what sites are available, so you
Right.
can drive around looking for something. You could get into trouble here if your brakes do.
Yep.
But if you're a tent camper or a van camper, man, come on up here. You will have a blast.
I think there's no signal.
I have 0 signal here. Oh, no, I don't know that.
There's a site that's actually open, and it's a Saturday.
Yeah.
I have one bar. Let's see. I'll do a
I have
speed test.
SOS.
It's saying 5G. But will it's saying 5G bar. That's crazy. It's gonna be
What's the sign say down at the end down there? Can you tell?
glass
It's
containers
day
prohibited.
use. No.
No, down at the end.
Day use parking.
Ah.
No
So I can get 4 down.
Well, that's what I'm getting at Coyote, if I'm lucky.
So I tested my AT&T right here in this spot, and I got about 4 or 5 down. 1 bar showing 5G. So we'll do it near the top. We'll do another test for you. But if you have AT&T and you're in a lucky spot, 5 down, get you low resolution streaming. Certainly phone calls, texting, email. I wouldn't do a Zoom call into work trying to convince them that you're at home working that.
Probably not.
My Verizon is not working here.
And here's another
Mine
open
isn't.
site.
And this one
Number
has 2
17.
pop-ups.
This is a really cool campground.
Very,
You can get in here.
very beautiful and peaceful.
And then we have day use parking right here. More day use vault toilets. I've used quite a few vault toilets in New Mexico state parks and never had a smell, never had a problem. They're engineered well.
I definitely want to check one out before we leave here.
A vault toilet,
Yes.
I'll consider.
There's a huge site.
That's absolutely huge.
Yeah, I got 3 beds there. And a beautiful view of the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
I'm not sure there's a bad spot here at all.
Here's another one. It's open 22. Look at this, overlooking the lake here on the left.
Wow. That would be
Totally
an amazing
open
sight.
Saturday, June 29th. open spots here. So, you know, if you're in New Mexico, you've got yourself a tent or a van or you're a car camper, get your butt up here and have some fun.
Oh, is this the end of the
Well,
line?
here's one reason probably for the size restriction. Because this is a pretty small area to turn around.
Yeah, and it's the only area to turn around, I think.
And I could barely get my trailer turned around. In one bad site, we would not want to stay in.
No. Have we seen many sites we could get into? No.
If you had it, could you guys turn your rig around
Up there?
up there?
If it wasn't super crowded, certainly.
As it was right now.
As it was, yeah, I could do it. It would be a fairly big turn, but I could
So
still do
worst case, it's day use.
That side.
You might have to sit there
it. And wait for people
and
to
wait
come
for
back.
people to leave, which is
Yeah.
not the most horrible thing. That's a big
But this
site.
site down here, all three of us could get into this site. We'd be a little
I
tight,
think there's
but
probably two sites, but you're talking about just the one.
I was talking about, yeah.
This one right here,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, that one's huge.
Yeah, I'd have to turn around and come back, and I could back right in.
Yep.
But I haven't seen a single trailer.
Mm-mm. Well, I saw two pop-ups in the same site, up here on the left, I think.
So pop-ups, you got a pop-up, you're probably good here.
Yeah. And, you know, if you're a skilled driver, you're probably okay with a relatively small trailer.
Up here on the top, we've got people, there's two pop-ups together. I'm gonna say these people are probably having a good time here.
I would say.
Got the table set up, barbecues, chairs. I want to stop and hang out with them.
I don't think there's any more room to park. But the lake is gorgeous.
This is where we live.
And I could get into that site.
Just drive straight up.
Yeah. Well, that's the same way up at over at Coyote Creek. I walked through that loop the other day where it says 18-foot RV maximum. I can get into every single one of those sites, and I can even make the turn at the end of the loop without too much trouble. Wow, there's actually kids swimming in the lake.
So remember that guy parked across from me that pulled his fifth wheel straight in?
Uh-huh.
We're thinking maybe he's just there for the night. Next thing I know, he's detached and his truck is parked up front. And I went over and talked to him.
What do you do?
And well, with the fifth wheel, evidently you can get out easily.
Huh.
And he said, I didn't do it because I have trouble backing. I did it that way because that's the way I wanted my door to face.
Right.
Otherwise, I would have just backed it. So, guys, this is Morphy Lake. There's an ADA campsite. Don't book that one unless you have a flagger. So they have campsites right down here.
That's the
Got a
campground
little
host.
trailer.
That's cool.
That's the host.
That's the host.
Yeah, it said CGH.
The one with the mantis?
Uh-huh.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, it's the same thing at Coyote Lake. Steven's site says CGH. All right, let's get one more shot of Kit.
That'd be a bad day.
Thank you for
all of us
sitting.
if I backed up.
That's such a nice sit. Look at how pretty you are. You are. You're a handsome boy.
So